Hello. Welcome back, Bushcraft family, with another video. And yeah, as you've seen with the title, are we getting ready for a collapse of our system? It's not looking good at all. There are banks going under every day, not to mention businesses and whatnot. And it's been, we all see how hard it is, how expensive it is to live. We've talked about this before. There are people that are living off their credit cards to feed their families until the next payday. And it's getting harder and harder. Now, the Bidenomics, $517 billion in unrealized losses is crippling the banking system. 63 lenders are, on the brink of collapse. And it's not looking good. I don't see how those who do support Biden don't see how the world is, and it is, the world is being affected by Biden, or the lack of Biden, I guess. I depends how you look at it. But I'm going to show you guys something real quick. And this just came out, but everybody's known it. Let's go ahead and hit this button. You can see right here the gains and losses. And this is a commercial banks. Look at the graph. Now, any talk that, Trump was a horrible president, this and that, or whatever. Look at the graph. It says it all. I mean, it says there's no disputing it. I mean, if you look at this, you see, I don't know if mouse shows up on, I don't think it does. But if you go over and you look at 2019 to 2021 ish, mainly 2020. 2021 is when it started its dip, but there's no mistaking it. How do you compare the two? This is the biggest drop throughout the 2000s. And we had Obama and all that before the Bushes, and but that's horrible. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this again. Yeah, it's a grim picture. Just looking at the state of our nation's financial institutions. Banks. Banks are burdened with $500 billion in paper losses. Losses that they can't get back. So they say, but although the banks can hold securities until they mature without making them to the market on their balance sheets, these unrealized losses can become an extra liability when banks need to liquefy or liquidate their earnings and whatnot. Unrealized loss is a paper loss that results in holding an asset that has decreased in price, but yet selling it and realizing the loss, they're two different things. And banks are at a loss right now. They're like they're in a, I think he said within 52 weeks of collapse due to the financial, losses. Because once they start going under, it's not good. Once that collapse happens, anybody that has money in the bank or, CDs or, a lot of stocks, you name it, it's not looking good at all for the country when this happens. And they're calling this, this is collapse within 52. I don't know what to say. This is something that we need to kind of prepare for. I know I've said it before and whatnot that everybody should have somewhere, be it hidden in the back of their car or in their attic or wherever you want to put it, some currency. The paper things. Not saying they would be worth anything, but it could tide you over why the financial system is being rebuilt or whatever. Because how often does people use, the paper things, the money? Everybody uses cards now. And I've said it before, there's a percentage that they go through to decide if we still need to be using paper money, the currency that we have. Once that threshold goes below that, then there's no need for paper money, and that's when we go strictly digital, be it a coin or, whatever the case may be. A lot say it's going to be the Fed coin or whatever. Who knows? But is that where they're trying to go with this? Let's trash the all of our money and whatnot, and to where it's just useless. And then let's switch over to digital. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be crypto, because Biden has already been shutting down as much crypto. Anybody that deals with crypto at all knows how bad this administration has been for crypto. And there's a lot of people against it, that don't understand it or whatnot. It's a digital thing, but this country has been going that direction for many, many years. Look again. Look at us now. Most people, when they go to pay a bill, remember we used to write checks out and send them in the mail and whatnot. When's the last time somebody's wrote a check and sent it to the electric company or the water company or any kind of a bill? It's something that we just don't see anymore. I mean, there's some people. I still have a checkbook. I have not wrote a check in a long time, but I still have one. And yeah, this is where once we start getting into some issues with the banks and the banks start going under, it's all downhill from there. I mean, you stop and think about it. How can we get any worse than we are now? Trust me, it can get worse. Unfortunately, we're sitting here in June. We have just a few months until election time. A lot can happen between that. And then you still have November, December, and most of January that, can mess things up more from that. If you get the gist of where I'm going with that. Again, this is alarming news that 517 billion in unrealized losses is crippling the banking system. And again, you may think, well, I don't keep my money in the bank or anything like that. There is a whole lot. If the banks go down, it's just not people that have money in the bank. There's a lot to dig into this from that. But $517 billion, that's just, wow. And it's something that we need to stop and think about how to prepare for stuff like that. So that's my question for this video is, how do you prepare for the collapse of our system, our banking system, currency, the whole 9 yards? And what happens with other countries? They can come in and take over this stuff. That's a whole other ball game, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Let me know in the comments. Like always, God bless.